Play action. Now Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield. Extra point attempt here still to come. And the Ravens lead at 7-0.
Makes the score Ravens 7, Chargers nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Herbert. Steps away to his left. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Flush to his right. His throw incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's 2nd and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Here's Herbert. Being chased out left. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. From the 50, here's Herbert. Forced out to his left. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively at 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 37.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Herbert now. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big gain that time for the Chargers.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Eckler again. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. Herbert, quick pass out wide. Touchdown, Chargers. Jalen Guyton from 3 yards out. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Point after, right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Buying time to his... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the gun, Jackson rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. The Ravens send their punter out now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Herbert on first down now. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Second and 6.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Herbert off of play action. Out to his left. He's got his man on the crossing route. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. This is a counter play. Eckler, and he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. These two teams all tied after one.
The score tied 7-7.
Now they contend with a second and 12 after the loss.
Let's get off the field. Let's get hard. 24's the mic. Drop deep. 24's the mic.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And the Chargers are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Eckler. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Deron Payne, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. On third down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 41. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. With these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's intercepted.
Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. CD, he tried to kind of lob that one in there. It looked pretty going through the air. The problem was it was in the air a little bit too long.
Yeah, and that's a tough one because for that type of a route and what he tried to do and needed to do, he had to put a little air under it, and the defender was actually able to take advantage of it because it hung up there just long enough for him to get there and take it away.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. On the move to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Burgess. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big connection on that one. 39 yards. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Rolling to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. To throw is Jackson.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
They'll run on first down. Elliott, he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Second and 7. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. On 2nd and 7, Jackson. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Jackson now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. play action. It's Herbert. That is caught. It's Williams. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big gain that time for the Chargers. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook. And that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. A nice run on first down. Gets him 6 yards to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Steps away.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stephens.
And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson flush to his right. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. Here's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie our game here in the third. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. The interception on the last drive proved costly, led to the tying score, so 17 all as they come up on a first down. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here is Eckler. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up
The handoff, it's Eckler. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Chargers. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9. Brings up
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. On 1st down, it's Herbert. Being chased out left. And this one is incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. And here's a handoff out of the gun. He's to the 10, and finally taken down at the 4-yard line.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Ravens' 2-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
On first down, Justin Herbert. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting him in jeopardy right now.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the...
It got his man complete. And all the way to the opposite 48. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll get this to Elliott. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. And this is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. He had 1 touchdown earlier, nearly a 2nd one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Out to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Elijah Molden. And the Ravens are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
It's 2nd and inches.
Now it's Jackson. A dump off to Elliott. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on fourth. It would be 58 yards from here. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt you.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Some good games around the league here early in week one, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10.
99 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. On the give, this is Eckler. Room here to run. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Austin Eckler.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take the 7-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Jackson on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Elliott. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be touchdown inside the 20. They'll spot it at the 18-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Elijah Molden. And the Ravens are right back in this football game.
That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. Again, it's Elliott. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. 10th carry now for Elliott. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
48 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Point after here coming up. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That ties the game, 31-31.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Here's 2nd and a yard. Herbert going to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big gain that time for the Chargers. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Throwing, Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So it's not quite over yet, but you have to figure they pretty well got this one on ice now.
And Brandon, I'm trying to figure out how they remain so calm in these situations and then go out and execute, because I'm up here shaking like a leaf, and I wasn't one who had to make that kick.
They look calm, but I bet if you had a heart rate monitor on them, they'd be up in the 300s right now. One last shot for Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty.